Hey, today we're talking about the 12 volt to 18 volt conversion on my son's Power Wheels KFX. Using the stock battery, which is the 12 volt, 9.5 amp hour with the internal fuse battery, and then this one I picked up at Batteries Plus for like $21.99. 6 volt, 10 amp hour, which is really close within, as far as amp hours are concerned, which should give us similar run time and not cause too much stress on any one component. Talk about the four-wheeler. The only other things I've done on it are that I did the 12-inch BMX tires screwed into it, cut at the top of the sidewall. I'm sure some people are going to say, oh, that's a good way to blow your gearbox. He's been riding like that with 12 volt for years now without any issues, and if it does cause any issues, so be it. We'll fix it. We enjoy doing this stuff anyway. So talk about what we did as far as wiring goes. So your positive coming out of the bike to the plug remains untouched. You do not cut that. You do cut the negative. So the negative coming out of the bike and the negative coming off the plug have been separated. The one that comes off the plug will actually be going to the positive terminal on the battery that we're adding. I just used 10 gauge automotive wire for this and put a 30 amp inline fuse just for a little added safety. Just simple connections on that. Same over here. Coming off the negative out of the bike, I used red wire, even though that's kind of usually positive, but in this case it's what I had. The negative coming out of the bike, the black, will be going to the negative battery post on the battery that we are adding. One thing I did do is I did not bypass the turbo switch that they get by turning the throttle there. This thing's going to be a little bit harder on the gears, so what it gives us is kind of a soft start, if you will. He can depress the pedal and get going about half speed, and then once he's moving a little bit, then hit the turbo switch and get full power from 18 volts. So it works really well. It kind of makes it somewhat of a two-speed like it was originally, and I think it will probably add to the life of the gears here. So anyway, we'll show you how we have this, how we hook this up. And this battery actually fits really well. That's one thing I like about it. So we'll get the factory battery, put it in as we always have. Plug it in up here. Okay, so we got that hooked up. Got our wire set off. We're going to drop that down. And this was kind of unintentional. I thought it might fit well, but it really ended up working out. This battery I just simply put in the back. Kind of pry it up against the white post. And kind of squeeze it in really tight between the back, and it sits all the way down on top of the battery in the back of the bike, and it is in there really good. I mean, you're not gonna move that around unless the thing gets thrown down some stairs or something. So once again, the positive, which is actually coming off the black wire on the charger block, goes right onto the positive post. So since we're wiring it in series, the negative wire off the charging block is now connected to positive, going to the positive post. The negative wire coming out of the bike itself, which once again, that's the only wire we cut, is going on to the negative post. So fits in really nice, snug, charges about the same time. Don't have any issues or interference when we're putting the lid on. And the thing just flies. I said, my son, we have a retention area over here that has about 15 to 20 degree inclines all the way around. It's kind of an oval shaped thing, and it would barely make it up on a full charge with the 12 volt and the BMX tires on it. And now he comes up to the top of it and his front wheels are almost off the ground. So anyway, that's our conversion. Let me know if you guys have done anything to yours or have any suggestions.